and the Lord said, look on your desk. And I had a letter there that had been on my desk for 2 days. And when I opened it up, there was a check in there for $1,000 and a letter that said, I believe in you, obey God. So now I have no excuse.
Right.
So I had some people that were helping me to get the signatures. And then in my confusion, in my way of thinking, I went and changed my party. And then I felt bad. And then I went back and changed it to something else. And then I was like, okay. So I waited. God wasn't saying anything. And so the day of the election, after it was over, I said to God, what do you want me to do now? He said, nothing. You got in my way. And he explained it to me. He said, I did not tell you to change your party. You were listening to people that I didn't tell you to listen to, people that were already there telling me I wouldn't have the support of, Kentucky or Louisville if I was a certain party, but it wasn't about that. And so I beat myself up for 2 days about that. And you know what? I really understand now that it was like Abraham when God told him to take what he wanted so bad and sacrifice it. And it was when he was in the motion of the sacrifice that God said, now I know.
You're right.
You love
me
more than you love the blessing, the gift that I have given you. And so I now know that that was about my obedience, at the risk of looking crazy, at the risk of people talking about you. And so I say that to say this: if God called you to do something, do it. It doesn't have to make sense. Just step out on faith and do it. Don't tell everybody, because people will try and talk you out of it. They'll get you in trouble with God. Just step out on faith and you will understand it in the end.
Exactly. And, I'm becoming, I wasn't as a child a big, huge risk taker. I'm becoming a risk taker. And sometimes, in the beginning when my husband, he would say, really? How much? We going to do what? He said, do what? But I don't like division. So I've always asked God, show it on his side too as well, because I'm old fashioned and old school when it comes to not having a divided house. So I'm like, Lord, if this is really you, I'm willing to do it, but show it to my husband. And now he's just like, what did God say? And how much is it going to cost? Okay, well, we're going for it. But our acts of obedience is really, really the key to it all. Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to risk it all? Are you willing to say, it doesn't matter what it looks like, I'm going to move forward and do what I'm called to do? So another thing I want to ask you about is Miss Bessie Mae Jenkins. Where did that come from?
One day a friend of mine called me on the phone, and for no apparent reason, I just went into Betsy. And I just started talking to her, and the more she laughed, the more I kept doing it. And she said, will you please stop? My jaws are hurting. And so I just started doing it when people would call me on the phone, because laughter in my ears, it's life. It does something for me. I love to hear people laugh. It's just good. The Bible said a merry heart doeth good as a medicine.
Yes.
If you're laughing, you're not crying.
Exactly.
You can't stay depressed when there's laughter. And so I just started doing her. And then one time I was challenged. I was over the entertainment for the Shawnee Friends of the Library. And we needed some entertainment. And the people that I had booked couldn't come. And so the lady said, well, why don't you do your character? I said, I can't do that. They said, yes, you can do it. I said, I cannot do that in front of people. I do it on the phone. I do it sitting beside you, but I can't do it. And so I let them talk me into it. And before it was my time to go out, the janitor came out of the women's bathroom. And I went in on him as Betsy to the point he got upset. And I took the wig off and the hat and the glasses. He said, oh, my God. I said, now I know I can do it. And so here we are years later, and we're still doing. You know what, Sharon? We just doing Betsy.
There, she showed up. Oh, my gosh. She's here. She's here.
And she has developed 2 more characters. Mary Helen Bratcher, Lord, and I have to do her last because she takes a lot of breath and energy. When I get through doing her, I'm done. Because she talks real fast. And then there's my Gladys, who always acts like she's got dementia or something. She'll go to the grocery store and get a whole basket full of groceries and try to pay for it with those little cardboard credit cards that they send. Yes, she does. And they'll call Betsy to come and get her, and Betsy has to pay for her groceries. It's
okay,
game.
so that sounds like a whole television television series. We can't give that away. Netflix, here we come. Netflix, here we come. You realize that is very similar to the Tyler Perry story. The lady who was supposed to play Madea didn't show up, and then he had to put on the suit and the wig, and that's how he did it in the first show. And then, of course, multi-millions and billions of dollars later, the rest is history. Oh yeah. So you just never know. Being convinced to do something, moving forward to do something, we just never know how it will work itself out. True. Now I know that Bishop Jakes was asked about being multi-gifted and multi-talented. You write books, you're a comedian, you write plays. I know that for a fact too as well. You preach and speak. And I know some people say, you need to pick one thing and stay in your lane, but I'm multi-gifted and I know you're multi-gifted. Speak to the person who says, I like to write, I like to sing, I like to dance, I DJ sometimes, and I want to eventually do that. The multi-gifted, the multi-talented person, what do you say to them?
3 words: do it all. Do it all.
Some people tease people and say, girl, you're just a jack of all trade and master none. I don't know. I think I'm mastering all of it. I'm mastering everything God put in my hands. I'm going to master it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to complete it, because I only have this one life, and then the afterlife, and then heaven. And then I don't know what my assignment will be up there. But I feel like we need to use every avenue that we can, every outlet that we can, every ability that He's put in our hands to do all that He's called us to do. So what's next on your agenda? What's next for you?
I'm praying that this is the year, and I believe it is, 2020 is going to be the year that God allows me to do the play that He gave me coming back from Houston, Texas on a plane. He told me to write a play that will heal women from all of this Me Too movement and Us Too and all of that, Time's Up movement. Somebody needs to get these women healed. It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to go to court about it.
Yes.
But what do you do after that? These women need to be healed. And God has given me a play with all women in it. I think it's about 7 or 8 people in this play. And the few people that I've shared it with said, well, start local. I don't want to start local unless we're walking a red carpet to see it. Because one thing I know is if you put somebody in it that is well known, it will draw the people.
Sure.
If I could have Fantasia in it, the people will come just because of Fantasia.
Of course.
And I see myself doing it on a big scale. But the most important thing is I see women coming down to the stage, which will be the altar at the end. I see women standing up saying, I forgive so-and-so. I forgive so-and-so. I see tears. I see release. I see demons fleeing. I see women being set free. And that's what I see for myself in 2020. The one desire that I have above anything else is to see my name roll up a credit. Whether it's a movie screen, a television screen, and it says written and created and produced by Dr. Ruth Wilson.
Let's make it happen.
That's my greatest desire in 2020.
Let's see it happen. Awesome. Follow Dr. Ruth Wilson on Facebook. You can experience her ministry on Facebook Live, especially on Friday evenings and Tuesday evenings on Facebook Live. Be sure and follow her ministry. I always am sharing her ministry. It's powerful, it's impactful, it's resourceful. Now it's going to cut you, it's going to stomp on your toes, it's going to make you think, and it's going to make you move forward. But I thank you, Dr. Ruth, for being bold, for being unapologetically you, to live your best life, not mine, not somebody else's. When we look at your life, we're going to know you were here, you made your mark. And I look for that play that's coming out next year and the plays that are going to come even after that. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being with us today on Live Your Best Life. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. And always remember, today, tomorrow, and always live your best life. Be blessed and have a great day.